Now move over, Swanson. I'm driving.
Wow! Wow!
Hey, Slam! My dinghy's bigger than your whole boat!
Welcome back to the Caddyshack Minute, the podcast where we discuss and dissect and laugh about the film Caddyshack 1 minute at a time. I'm Tom Taylor, and I'm joined as always by my co-host Mike DeMaria.
Always.
And Dan, let's call him Lewis.
Ungala galunga.
Exactly.
Sure.
Today we're here to talk about minute 12 of Caddyshack, and minute 12 begins with Carl continuing his Dalai Lama story, and it ends with D'Annunzio caddying for the Haverkamps.
First of all, I think it's the Haverkamps.
Is it Yeah.
According to the script, it's Haverkamp. But we always thought it was Haverkamps. It's Haverkamp.
Yeah, so did I.
So I'm
Haversham?
good either way.
I don't know why our minds went that way, because when you listen to it again after reading the script and seeing it's Haverkamp, then it's simply Haverkamp.
Yeah.
It's clearly Haverkamp.
Does he always say it the same way, D'Annunzio?
Yeah. He does. He's very consistent.
All right. Well, good for him. He's a professional actor and a professional caddy. But before we get to him, we've got Carl finishing up his pitchfork propped story.
Now, is this a D'Annunzio?
Yeah, that's his kid brother Angie.
Angie D'Annunzio.
Yeah, that's what throws you, that it's Angie. Yeah, do we figure out what the girl's name is? Spoilers, it's a girl.
Her name is, now I can't remember it. Jody or Joey?
No,
it's something
it's Joey.
boyish.
It's something like Joey, because it's boyish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She suggests that people should shave their ass.
Not just people, the lifeguard.
Yeah.
Well, come on,
Yeah, let's not get him on rock, Tom.
Yeah, nobody's seen the movie.
No, but this is a linear thing. It's linear.
It is. I'm just trying to identify her for the,
It's Joey.
Joey.
Yeah.
Joey. So that's like a little joke they're doing there. They got the Angie is the boy and Joey.
Yeah. Well, wait, then I'm blanking. What's our main D'Annunzio's first name?
Tony.
Tony
Come on.
D'Annunzio.
Do they ever say that in the movie?
Absolutely.
All right. I just know him as
They
D'Annunzio.
say
D'Annunzio's
it-
a great name.
They say it in the next. It's
In the
very
next
soon.
minute.
Okay.
Very soon. They say
All right.
when he comes back to the Caddyshack.
Fair
Much
enough.
fucking no D'Annunzio.
Oh, you don't get no code.
I'm gonna break right into a story here with the pitchfork.
Do it.
Okay.
It's people who know me and know me well know that I don't like my neck touched ever. It's one of the things that make me see. I blank out and I see things that people usually don't see. Like I see plaid and different colors that haven't even been invented yet. I don't like people touching my neck ever. To me, hell, when I go to hell, it'll be people just poking at my neck and squeezing my neck, and little minions and trolls jumping on my back like backpacks.
No, it's not just
Butterfly
them
kisses?
touching it.
What?
It's not just them touching it. You don't want it to be touched with anything like a pitchfork.
No, so this scene provides me with a large amount of anxiety, and there's a couple times when he taps the skin actually, and there's a little indentation with the pitchfork, and I put myself in. I said, for my art, if I was an actor, could I do this? And I couldn't sit there. My shoulders would come up, and I would just say, you know what, I can't do that. I can't do this. Got to cut the scene or get another actor because I can't have anybody touching my neck.
But wouldn't that agitation work for the scene?
No, because it wouldn't look. Tom.
What?
It works because he sits there and he's a little nervous because he may run him through.
Okay.
But at the same time,
something I noticed about that, if I may, is that he is nervous.
Yeah.
But he's a little excited. You sort of get the sense that maybe all the caddies recognize that Carl is crazy, and maybe he just can't wait to get back and tell everyone about the story. I mean, there's people 20 feet away playing basketball like there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
So clearly, it's not. I don't think this is all that rare that you might get cornered by Carl, and he might hold the pitchfork up to you and tell you a story.
Yeah, no one's
it's a
worried
normal
that he's
happening.
murdered.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can I ask you, Mike? Is it you don't like to be touched in the front of the neck, or is if if a loved one, lovingly massages the back of your neck.
That's fine. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But if I go get a massage, I clearly tell them, you can work the shoulders, but don't even think about getting on the side of my neck or in the front of my neck.
Wait, I'm writing this down.
You write it down because it's not even like a thing that you don't play around with because it'll be an immediate left hook because I can't.
I was going to get you a bow tie for your birthday.
No, but I've gone to Catholic school my entire life. I wear ties, but I remember when we wear the turtlenecks, I'd stretch out the turtleneck so they wouldn't touch my neck very much.
Wow,
it is wow. It's something that can't be worked out in therapy. It would have to be like I'd have to go to some aggression training like Est.
Well, I'll say this, Mike.
What movie is that from, Tom?
Wait, Est?
It's from the TV show The Americans.
No, it's from
currently
Stripes.
on FX.
But it costs $400. And I said, join the army. It's free. Swallowed a lot of aggression along with a lot of pizzas. No, but I can't. No. And it was reinforced when I visited my mom in the hospital after she had heart valve replacement. And she had a friggin' port in her neck.
Ew.
Like another Chicago siren.
Yeah, I'm in Chicago.
This is the inside of Mike's mind. You can hear it.
No.
Somebody touched the neck somewhere south of
Yeah, they had a port in her neck. Like a plastic, so that if they needed to do a blood transfusion, they get right in there. And as she would talk to me about, how just normal stuff, I'd watch the piece of plastic move up and down, and I wanted to vomit.
Go.
I said, I can't be in this situation ever.
I'm here for you, Mom. In the next room.
My neck. So there, I'm off the subject now. But this scene right here, and because when it touches his neck, especially, I have to it's. Yeah.
So
it's not a pleasant sight for me.
Before we get off this, if I wanted to draw like with a Sharpie, like a little heart or something on your neck, I would only be able to do the back of the neck, like the very back.
Yeah, you could do that. If that's
or like a little pony or something.
If that's your way of, if that's your way of being loving,
or a nice cock and balls. How about just a nice cock and balls on there?
Let's keep it. This isn't a frat house. Sometime my daughters might want to download this. All right?
I wouldn't recommend it.
So if you want to go ahead and give me a rub back there, that's fine. But you start messing around with the sides, where the jugular is and whatnot, forget about it. And you go to the front, that's it. That's a no-go.
Well, I'll say this in your defense, Mike. Some things are phobias. They make sense. I mean, it's the same reason you can't pet most cats on the belly, because they have this natural sense of like, that's where all my important stuff is. Don't touch me there. And I
cats
think it just comes from.
And I know an example, I just lost most of the audience by saying that, but cats are assholes.
It's just an example.
I think half the audience would agree with you.
Yes, and maybe in the previous life I was, that's the way I met my demise.
Mike, you might like. There's a great album by Triumph the Insult Comic Dog called "Come Poop with Me," and it has a great song called "Cats Are Cunts." It's really a good song. You should check that out. Again.
Speaking of Triumph, I took my daughters to get some Taiwanese snow, which is like a dessert.
Okay, Tony Montana, Jesus.
Yeah. Not that kind of snow. But
okay.
I had some Taiwanese snow once when I was on spring break.
No, it's like it's a yuppie thing. So I was in Lincoln Park and we passed the Wiener Circle, and I told my kids, I go, that's Triumph the Insult Comic Dog was there, and they just looked at me. They don't get it. And I couldn't show them the clip because I guess I can.
And it's not easy to explain to somebody why that's funny either.
No,
it's not. No. But it is.
Yeah. Funny. Okay. Yeah, but that's it. Don't do it. But this scene really hit me right there with the neck.
That's tough.
It's funny because I'm the opposite of you in a way, Mike. You have a phobia for people touching the front of your neck, and I like to tell all my stories with a pitchfork pressed up against people's necks. Yeah. So it's a bit of a competing thing there.
That's actually obnoxious.
I don't like touching my neck. If I got to touch the front of my neck, I dip my chin down.
So
I don't trust myself.
If a mosquito lands on your neck, you got a decision to make, right?
Yeah, I just let it. I
just let it do its work. I'll just get West Nile or Zika virus.
Yeah.
Or
go with God, mosquito.
I got a Caddyshack. Listen,
what?
I want to apologize to everybody for the low quality of today's podcast. The sirens. Tom is something's wrong with Tom's microphone, or he's doing it from the inside of a lean-to.
Do I still sound crazy?
Aluminum walls are shaking as he talks.
This is me tapping the desk lightly.
He's in a Quonset hut.
Yeah. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who can tell me exactly what's wrong with this mic.
Tom just stepped away from a sweat to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tom.
Anyway, okay, so this whole Carl Dalai Lama scene is one of the most famous scenes in the movie. It's like one of the first things people go to. Am I a jerk or a bad fan if I don't quite get why this scene, out of all the others, is one of the biggest scenes in the movie?
Mike, do you want to answer first, or do you want me to answer?
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah, okay, you're not a jerk.
Thank you.
Okay, it's but it's frowned upon.
Okay, all right.
And I don't understand. I don't think it's all that important when it comes down to it. Obviously, it's got it's sort of a side joke thing.
Yeah.
And so in terms of the plot of the movie or the tone of the jokes, it's not really all that important because it's just a little moment of improvisation or something that they've captured from Bill Murray. But I also don't see how you don't see the beauty of how he pulls that off, the way he does it.
I do. No, I love it as a little weird moment in the movie, but I guess I just don't see how it's. I don't know. I just don't see how it's like the touchstone of the whole movie.
Well, officially, let me just answer. It does not make you a jerk for doing that. There's other things that make you a jerk.
I knew that.
And that's part of it right there. Classing down our podcast. Makes you
just testing my mic levels.
You know what?
Yeah, too above the Carl Spackler humor, but certainly will stoop to belching over the microphone. And a bad, overmodulated belch, if I might say.
Do
Sorry. you blame the mic or the belch? Who knows?
What about that basketball game? It's just like a collection of, there's not really any order to it. They're just running around.
Yeah, I think it's just they said move around, make it look like we can't afford a basketball, so just move around.
Act like you're playing basketball.
They have a basketball, but they just just move around back there, throw the ball up and down. Go.
Yeah, and this is aside from everybody knows this speech, it's a great. I love the way he ends it with the sort of the little smile he has about. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I like what else is there? I like.
But there's one of the most quoted thing is, "How about a little something for the effort?"
Yeah, like he gets stiffed. He got stiffed by the Dalai Lama.
but I think that's a line that everybody uses. I know I've used it many times.
Sure.
Hey, how about a little something for the effort?
Okay, it's a great scene. I take it back.
You don't have to, Tom. It's
okay. I want to be cool like you guys.
Yeah, that's just one small step.
Sure. I know it's a long row I gotta hoe before I'm cool. Like D'Annunzio, there's another segue. I want to know if the sleeveless Bushwood caddy shirt is standard issue, if it's frowned upon. I have a hard time seeing Judge Smales
allowing that,
accepting that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the movie is that maybe Judge Smales has disregarded and overlooked the caddies and what they're capable of, and they've allowed them to get a little too loose. You know, they've allowed the caddy lifestyle to grow a little out of control. Tight.
Tom, is that your wife?
Yes, she's upstairs.
No, that wasn't
upstairs.
Room. It sounds like she was right there. She's in the dugout.
I'm telling you, my mic is bizarre.
Tom, there's no wives or girlfriends in the dugout. We're playing.
She's not in the dugout. She's
upstairs. I know you think it's cute to have. Say hello, Jody.
Look, honey, I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah, I know you think it's cute, but it's not. It's not.
Mike's exhausted.
Well, I'm thinking about but then again, he wears the slacks, so maybe Smales looks at him and says, hey, he's got some slacks on.
Yeah, like he's a little rough on top, but Danny Noonan looks like
Saturday Night Fever down from the waist down,
like a house painter.
Yeah.
So I do like the. If I might just make a note, another note about Peter Berkrot, and get back to it.
Yeah.
is that he's still working. Well, does a lot of voiceovers. Apparently, he's in a lot of stuff. He was in a movie called Lucy's, Loosies. Apparently, and that was one of his bigger roles, and he played a waiter. And in that movie, he's listed as Peter Berkerot with an extra E. So I don't know if it's because like he didn't want to be in Lucy's, or Lucy's just misspelled their own actor's name in the credits. I don't know.
I could go with either one of those.
It's like the actor. It's like the actor that played McFiddish.
Yeah,
he changed his name a little bit.
Took a middle initial out, maybe because maybe trying to skirt some SAG dues,
or thinking that this movie may hinder his career down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I love about a professional like that is he shows up and pulls McFiddish off with that kind of aplomb.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
He showed up ready to work.
Much like the Haverkamps. They showed up ready to golf.
They sure did. They got up in the morning and they put on those outfits.
Yep.
They have sepia outfits almost as though you plucked them out of the past.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, if younger people were wearing that, they'd be, bright red, some yellow, a little orange. But these are just sepia. They
frankly look like a couple of hipsters, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, you put that in Logan Square and instead of and for those of you who aren't from Chicago, Logan Square is pretty much the birthplace of hipsters, and where they congregate now in disgusting fashion.
It's famous hipster enclave.
Yeah, it's where I had ramen noodles today at the Furious Spoon in Logan Square. But if you put a bunch of hipsters, bearded hipsters, in these outfits, all you would have to do is replace the golf clubs with one of those rubber playground balls because they like to play Foursquare.
Hey,
what?
They're kids at heart.
That's fun. They're not. It's ironic.
I don't like when adults play kids sports.
No, and they bring picnic baskets and they sit there, and they play Foursquare. Yeah. There's nothing charming about that or childlike about that.
Yeah, and there's right by my house they have like a hipster kick. Here's what pisses me off: they have a hipster kickball league over there, and I understand I'm a big grump and I'm a big crank for not liking it, but let me tell you something. You shouldn't be playing kickball. Play a proper sport with. And they do it in the outfield of the baseball field, which is sitting there forsaken. It's just wrong. It's just wrong, and I'm Archie Bunker on this issue. You don't play kickball. You play a proper sport like baseball, or I'll allow softball.
I don't get being in a kickball league, but my friends and I, Mike will punch me in the gut as he says, "Oh, you're Connecticut friends."
If you want to go play kickball,
we often have a nice game of kickball.
That's fine, but you don't.
An impromptu game of kickball is okay. You don't join a league.
Yeah.
And you don't manicure your beard.
No.
And you don't. No.
You don't dress in sepia tones.
Right.
From the 20s.
And now we'll do a shameless plug for the website. Look at this fucking hipster.com. Go check it out.
That's a great one. I bet their name isn't even Haverkamp.
No.
I bet it's something like Raleigh or Johnson, but they think Haverkamp sounds cooler. I bet it's those Friedbergers from the Fiery Furnaces playing those roles.
Yeah. And then when they're not acting, they're pickling.
Yeah, they're making their own artisanal pickles.
Yeah.
I want to make a show suggestion. Since the next minute is almost 100% having camps.
It's not really
I think we should stop this minute, and then we can go bananas on the Haverkamps tomorrow.
Fine.
Is that cool?
Yeah, if that's what you want.
Well, man, I don't know why you would short circuit a minute.
Yeah,
we're in the middle of talking about kickball. There's nothing.
That's okay. Fair enough.
If you think this is subpar?
No. I don't want to blow my Haverkamp load on this minute when they're wall-to-wall Haverkamps next minute.
I see what you're saying, but it doesn't mean we need to stop the minute. What if there's something else to say? But I don't know.
Here's the problem. We are addressing things that are happening in this minute. The next minute has stuff that we will address.
Okay.
In that minute.
Then let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase my note. Don't fucking talk about stuff that doesn't happen in this minute, goddammit.
See, we're going to come up to a lot of these now.
Yeah.
Because the same people are going to be in the minutes over and over. We're just going to say, oh, we just talked about this, so let's just...
It's a continuous scene.
Tom wants to go to sleep.
The eternal struggle.
Tom wants to go jump head first into his kiddie pool. The backyard. Well, his son goes, no, oh.
I will put that on our eventual website.
On the website, you'll see Tom jumping into a kiddie pool and it breaking apart and his son going bananas.
Yeah.
Right.
I salvaged the situation.
You'll see pictures of Mike getting angry at the angry spoon.
No, it's furious.
Getting furious
at
the furious spoon.
I don't even know it's spoon. It's Furious Ramen. I don't know what the hell it's called.
Right.
They have 2 locations, Wicker Park and Logan Square.
Ugh.
And both and what they do is they play straight out of Compton. The NWA album.
Yeah.
And I've been in there. I've been 3 times just playing the same thing. So I guess it's part of comes right down from corporate. You know, here's the CD you play and put it on a loop.
Meanwhile, you see anybody who possibly grew up in Compton at the Furious Spoon when you were there?
You know what? That's what makes it ironic.
Yeah.
Right.
They play ne'er-do-wells with attitude.
Yeah. It's good stuff, but still, ramen.
Put on some Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Break open the pickles and let's play some kickball.
I'll have a Fight the Power special with a cherry Coke. Thanks.
Yeah.
And you go right outside there, go to New Wave Coffee, have a New Wave coffee.
Hey, listen, you were young once.
I am young.
Yeah, you're the guy that introduced me
to
my first single gear bicycle.
Hey. I had a single. You're right, when it wasn't cool.
Right. Hey, do you guys hear the joke about the hipster? How the hipster burned his hand?
How?
Try to change the light bulb before it was cool.
It was cool, yeah. He didn't wait. So try to change the light bulb. It was cool.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, you got it.
Did you hear what Dan said?
I heard it.
He said that he tried to change the light. Okay.
All right, just thought I'd throw a joke in there.
I liked it. I like that joke.
Somebody's got to keep the one-liners coming until Al Cervic gets in the movie.
Someone's got to be the Henny Youngman of the.
Yeah.
All right.
There's one for the.
I love Henny Youngman.
For the hipsters.
He's the one that did the one about the doctor says that something and he says, I want a second opinion. All right, you're ugly too. I love that joke.
Yeah, I'll tell you a ton of one-liners about his. Take my wife, please.
Yeah, he invented that one.
Yeah, and then that's when the drummer just would do rudiments after it. But it would be just. You couldn't take a break. You couldn't take a break because the one-liners just kept coming.
You couldn't, I mean, while the laughter was just starting to fade from the one before. Yeah, that was great. I didn't really get the "take my wife, please" joke until, I don't know, you sort of go 10 years or so before that hits you. Like, you hear it when you're 5, and then eventually later you realize what he's even talking about.
Well, yeah, you always hear it in the wrong, cadence. You just hear it exactly like, take my wife, please. I don't know what that means. Oh, you want me to take your wife because you don't like your wife? Okay, I guess that's funny.
Yeah, it's like self-referential, so it's not like in context anymore, and you have no idea what's going on.
And he does it that way in Goodfellas. He doesn't do his own joke right. He just says, take my wife, please.
Oh, it's because they're waiting for it the way that you, if you went and saw the Trashmen, you'd be waiting for the bird. The bird is the word song.
Yeah.
And so they just got to get that out of the way. So he gets that joke out of the way.
He opens with his hits, then does his new stuff.
Hey, how do you drown a hipster?
How's that?
How do you drown a hipster?
Yeah, well, how's that?
He's asking.
In the mainstream.
I love that. Hey,
one more.
I got one after you. Go.
How much does a hipster weigh?
How much?
An Instagram.
I like that. I got one. How do you know hipsters are no good at karate? Because they can't get past the white belts.
What happens when a hipster falls?
What?
They Tumblr.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, see? Tumblr, Instagram. You see what I'm going?
You're killing. Yeah. You're killing. I want to make up one.
Yeah, let's have one ready.
Yeah, everybody have a joke.
But it's got to be made up, though. It can't be.
Yeah.
I want to be able to find it online.
One of the things that I noticed about D'Annunzio in these scenes you kind of see his because he's always kind of the tough guy, but he's like stressed out and he's agitated. He's trying to help. He's trying to help them.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at what of an effort he makes.
I made a note about this as well.
Yeah,
that
he shows a little bit of patience.
Yeah, he's being quite kind to the Haverkamps, I have to say.
Is he just fishing for a tip, or is he actually trying to help? Either way, I mean,
whatever you pretend to be, that's what you are.
That's right.
Sometimes, and that's the lesson of, I'm sure, some works of art at some point.
Night Mother by
Mother
Kurt
Night.
Vonnegut. Mother Night.
That's the one I was thinking of. I couldn't think of the name of it. You're right.
There you go.
He pretended to be like a Nazi.
Yeah.
You don't know if it was happening in his own head.
Yeah. He's feeding coded messages to the Allies.
Maybe there's something going on. In this movie, Tony DiNunzio is not really treated all that badly. He's sort of he's got some humility later at the end.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem like that bad of a guy. I think he's a nice guy who he feels he has to put up this front of toughness to get through the world.
It's true of a lot of us. This is why I act so tough.
It's like Nelson on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he thinks people aren't really watching him, he's telling them how to make a blueberry tart. Remember?
Right. Yeah. Right.
if the blueberry's a little too tart, I just dust them with a little confectioner sugar. And then as soon as what's his name, Principal Skinner walked by, he goes, and then I punched him. So I think that's what's happening here, is with the camera being the fourth wall, the Hitchcockian fourth wall. He's alone with the Haverkamps.
Yeah.
So he's being, a human being here. He doesn't know we're watching.
Right.
He's dusting them with confectioner sugar.
It's not just the guy looking for a tip. I think he wants the Haverkamps to have a good time.
Yeah. But if Danny Noonan walked by, he'd immediately kick Mrs. Haverkamp into the lake.
Yeah.
And she would swim like a fish because she was in the 1928 Olympics.
Yeah.
She swam the English Channel.
Right.
All right. Now I'm calling it. Because I'm excited to get into the next minute.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the end of this minute 12.
Yeah.
I want everyone to fold their hands, behave themselves, go to bed, and come back next time.
Mr. Haverkamp has that nice slow walk.
He does.
Where just his arms move, nothing else.
Yeah, and somehow he gets from one point to another without moving his legs.
Yeah.
Sort of like if Shaggy from Scooby-Doo got really old, he'd walk almost the same way.
Oh, that's depressing. All right.
Like,
well, listen, you guys.
Zoinks, man.
Zoinks.
Like I'm hot tonight, Scoob.
So this ends with and begins with DiNunzio just dusting them with confectioner sugar.
That's right.
All right.
Very good.
God bless him. He's a good man.
I'm happy. Okay.
All right. Good night, guys.
So bad.
I love you both.
Yeah. Don't stop saying that after every minute.
Do I do that more than once?
Yeah, you do it every time, and you'll see that.
Okay. It's in my heart.
You're gonna be known for it.
Yeah. He's the guy who loves everybody.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Hey, you scratched my ankle!